everyone, thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel at Flippin Hippos. This is Star, the Flippin Hippo. Today is Monday, February 11th, and that means that it's time for one thing and one thing only. It's time for What Sold on eBay! Today we're going to take a look at February 4th through February 10th, so last Monday through yesterday. As always, I'm going to start with showing you our Instagram photographs from each day of the week with our fat stacks and sometimes our sad stacks of how many items that we shipped out each day. And then we will take a look at some of my favorite flips of the week, some of Keith's favorite flips of the week, and some items I just want to show you because I think that they are either a definite bolo for you guys to be looking out for, or they're really good as far as bread and butter if you are trying to build a volume-based business such as ours. So y'all can see today's photo, but we'll get to that last. Let's go over here back to last Monday. Last Monday was good. Last weekend was good. We had 26 total sales. We haven't seen sales like that in a very long time. eBay has been very slow for us for a while, and we kind of were waiting until people got their tax returns. We had the government shut down, which probably didn't help. And also, February going into March and some of April is really the big time of the year for used clothing resellers to hit their best sales of the year. I always say that like March is the used clothing resellers Q4, but the actual Q4 last year was kind of disappointing because we had stocked up on a lot of stuff that wasn't closed and we didn't quite hit what we thought we would. And then going into the new year, things kind of stagnated. So it could be the government shutdown didn't help. People were waiting for tax returns. We're waiting for that time of year when we sell more items, because even though we have a lot of items that aren't closed now, we're still majority closed. And there were some other issues that we thought were happening. I talked briefly about this in last week's What Sold video. We have a lot of old inventory. We have a lot of dead weight. And so we're working on removing that. Now, our total overall listings will drop. But when we did this last year, we actually started selling more. So I think that is helping us again this year as we go through and get rid of some of the dead weight. But without further ado, let's look here. We had 26, so that was a really good weekend. Tuesdays has always been our slow day. Like, I can tell you way back when years ago, back when dinosaurs walked the earth. No, not that long ago, but Tuesdays have always been our slow day. Our total listings are down to 1,700 right now, from like 2,000. So our typical 0.5% sell-through rate of like 9 a day actually has gone down to like 8 to 9. And so having 5 on our typical slow day is actually really good. And one of the purses I listed sold overnight, so that was exciting. And then on Wednesday, we shipped out 9. We had 10 sales, but 1 canceled at the last minute. But we did ship out 9, which is above our sell-through rate. So you can see here that as we're dropping our listings, we're starting to sell more, which, you know, just with us cements the belief that sometimes you just have a lot of dead weight in your store, and if you drop it, sales will pick up. We did this last year between January and March, and we're doing it again. It seems to be helping again. This is what happened last year. We dropped all that dead weight and our sales increased, and our average sell-through rate of 0.5%, we actually met or went over that every day. So let's look at Thursday. We had 7. That's good. And Friday, we had 9. So sales are definitely picking up, even though we're down to like 1,700 total listings. If you did have a peek in our store over the weekend, you might have saw that we had 1,900. Those are our auctions. I have talked about those in other videos as far as how we use them for liquidation and getting rid of that dead weight in the old inventory. We don't count those towards our total listings. Our auctions are only up for 5 days, and that literally is crap we're trying to get rid of. auction is the last ditch effort. It's the liquidation. It's let's at least get our money back so we can reinvest in better inventory. So we don't count those, but they do bring in a lot of traffic and a lot of eyeballs into our stores over the weekend, and they do sell, and we get our money back and sometimes maybe make a buck or two in the process. So it's a good thing to get rid of dead inventory and at least get your money back, in my eyes, and Keith agrees with me, so that you can buy more inventory. Some folks like to just pull it and redonate it. You can use that as a tax write-off, and that's okay too. However you guys want to handle it. I really like the auctions. I really feel like they increase traffic and eyeballs in your store. And so if you did see that we were up to like over 1,900 listings, that was just the auctions, guys. They're gone. They're not up right now. We're like right at 1,700. I haven't listed today yet. Keith hasn't either. I don't believe. I think he may have put up a couple things. But I did put all of the unsolds back in, and that's pretty much where we're sitting until I list later on this evening. And then this. Look at this weekend. 35 packages today, guys. We haven't seen sales like this since October. Legit. I haven't seen a weekend on eBay where we sold this much since the very beginning of Q4. So this is pretty miraculous. We're pretty excited. We're pretty stoked. So here is a plush. We always start with plush. It's never going to change around here, guys. Plush will always be my favorite. I will always wear the crown of Plushy Queen with pride. The crown and the title, I guess. We always look at the plush first. This guy's so cute. He hasn't even been around that long, like as far as how long tail most plush is. This little guy, look at how cute he is. I can't stand him. He was just in a haul video, like right before Christmas. He's from Hotel Transylvania. He cost me 50 cents. So he went for 13, and I did ship him in a wee little box just because his wings here have metal wires in them that allow them to spread out like that or curl up around his body like this. So he went in a 5x5x5 box, and he still was only like 8 ounces. This is Henry Huggle Monster. I know he was in a recent haul video as well. He's from a Disney Junior show. He's really cute. He's Henry Huggle Monster. Or maybe the show is Henry Huggle Monster, and this one's Cobby. Let's look at my title. Yes, this guy's name is Cobby. He was, I believe... I think his tag was on here. We can maybe see it. Because I want to say he was 50 cents as well. Yep, you can see it just barely. He was 50 cents as well. He sold for 13. He went in a wee little box. Also, he went in a 5x5x5 as well, and he was about 9 ounces. Him and the bat shipped out on the same day. Here's one of my Care Bears I paid 99 cents for. This one sold for 13. The thing about Care Bears is, depending on its age, because there are vintage Care Bear out there from the 80s and what have you. Depending on their age and their brand and which bear it is and how big it is how much it's going to sell for. They're hit or miss. I will buy them if I can find them for $1.99 or cheaper, because sometimes you bring them home and they're these guys that sell for 13, and then sometimes they're the 20, 25, sometimes even 40 and $50 really sought after vintage Care Bears. So if I find them for $2 or less, I'll always pick them up, because some are worth a lot more money. And the thing about Care Bears too is they don't sit for very long. As far as like how long tail plush is, Care Bears move pretty quickly. And he sold for 13, and he shipped in a poly bag. This is a Tweetabud. You guys, do not let these pictures fool you. This guy is 2 feet tall. It's not even going to show you that. There it goes. See? 24 inches. Tweety is 24 feet tall. He is all head. Look at this big, giant head. And then that little tiny body and feet are kind of big. He was $2.99. I want to say I was willing to pay $2.99 for him. He did sell for $29.06 plus they paid another $14 for shipping. He did not have any hang tags or anything on him that could get ruined, so he kind of got rolled up in some tissue paper and put into one of our really, really big ginormous polys. I don't know the dimensions offhand, but he did just ship out in a really big poly bag, And he did go priority. He weighed almost 2 pounds on his own. It's all that head. But yeah, they paid $14 to ship him. He went all the way to California, and then he was $29.06. So he was definitely worth the $3 investment. Here is one of my Enesco bears. Longtime viewers, you will remember these because these Enesco bears are from 2017. We went to the Benz one night, and I found all of these bears. Let's take a look at this one. So each bear weighs like not even like an ounce. They're glass figurines, but they're very, very lightweight. They're from 1982, so they are vintage. They're Lucy Rig. They're licensed by Enesco, and they are very lightweight. I found a slew of them. I can't even remember to tell you because it's been over a year, but I want to say I found more than 50 of these bears, and I put them in a basket, and I had them weigh the basket up front to pay for the bears. We still have a couple floating around. They've been selling on and off the whole time. Most of them that went first were the wedding ones, the ones with the moms and the babies. She had a whole bunch of these. I say her, Lucy Briggs, that did these bears. I sold off lots, like whole wedding parties of brides and grooms for like $75. I sold off lots of babies and their mom and their dad in some cases for like $50. So I guess it really just depended on which bears I had. Some were worth a lot of money and some sell on their own for $12 or $13. But after I sold the first couple of bears, they more than paid for themselves for what they cost at the Benz because they do not weigh much. Each one gets wrapped in bubble wrap, put in one of those 5x5x5 boxes, or a smaller one if we have a smaller one, and peanuts get put around so that they're secure in there, and they ship first class. The only exception would be when I sent out a bunch together, we would have to use a bigger box and more bubble wrap and stuff like that. But yeah, so the ones that are still around, that are still selling off, they're like just profit at this point. We're going to go through some jeans really, really quick here, guys. I just wanted to show you a bunch of our bread and butter brands that I pick up for 99 cents just to show you why. I know you see me show them in the haul videos over and over again, and I tell you I pick them up for 99 cents because they're bread and butter, but here is actual like visual reasons why I do it. These are Bandolino. I paid 99 cents because they were new with tags. Not a brand I would necessarily pick up if it weren't new with tags, but these were also plus size and they were new with tags. They sold for $36. These are Ann Taylor Loft jeans. I picked them up because they were size 14 and they were 99 cents. And these sold for $21. American Eagle corduroy pants. Corduroy pants are just as good as jeans in my eyes. I paid 99 cents for these and they sold for $19. Old Navy men's jeans. These were actually my son's, so I threw them in the store to sell them. But if I had seen these very same jeans out in the wild for 99 cents, I would have picked them up because they sold for a best offer I accepted of $22. This is an example of a brand that Keith will pick up that if he finds it for 99 cents, new with tags or something unique about it. It's not a great brand to just be picking up willy-nilly. If they have a shirt that has really cool graphics on it or something like that, this he picked up because it was a silk blend sweater. And it did sell for $18.10. Here is one of my jerseys. You guys may remember I found 4 of these in 4 different colors, 99 cents a piece. They were new with tags. This one sold for $20. Orvis is a brand I talk about a lot. Orvis is definitely a bolo. I found it by accident. I picked up over the summer a pair of men's Orvis, I think they were jean shorts or khaki shorts, and they sold for a good bet, and I was surprised. So then Keith brought one of their shirts home, and it sold for a good bet. The best shirts that we found that go for the most money are their fishing shirts. They're vented. But anything we find that's Orvis, we buy. He paid 99 cents for this, and it sold for $22. The BKE Western Pearl Snap shirts I've been showing off in my hauls lately. It seems like The last 2 or 3 Sundays, we have found just a slew of these all together. Some were 99 cents and some he paid up for, $5. The more fancier ones that have like the flip cuffs. This one was 99 cents. It had the embroidery on the back, which was nice. And it sold on our weekend sale for $18.75. This one was, let me look at it. This one was also 99 cents. And it sold for $20. Some of the fancier ones that we put up for $20 and $25 that we paid full price for are selling over on Poshmark at the same time, because I did cross post these as soon as he got them up on eBay. For clothing, these are moving fast. You guys, I said it's been like the last 2 or 3 weekends that we've been picking these up. And it's like every other day we're sending at least one out, and every weekend 2 or 3. One time it was like 4 between the 2 platforms went out. So these are definitely something we'll keep picking up, especially if we can get them for 99 cents. We will pay $5 for them, the full price, like I said, if they're fancy. Some of them have flip cuffs, similar to Robert Graham flip cuffs that have a different design on the inside, and they have like embroidery on the back and stuff. But yeah, those ones we list for like $20, $25, but those ones tend to go on Poshmark faster than eBay. This is an example of why I pick up all leather coats. I know I've told you guys that before. If I find a suede or a leather coat for 99 cents, I don't care if it's Walmart brand, I pick it up. Now this is a faux leather coat, but it falls in the same rules as long as the style is cute. So any coat that's leather or suede that's 99 cents, I don't care about the brand, I'm grabbing it. There are brands I will pay more for. When I find these cute faux leather, like bomber jackets like this, or the black motorcycle jackets that have this kind of a cute style, again, I don't care about the brand. If it's faux leather and it's cute and it's 99 cents, I will source it, because they will sell with good photos and good keywords. You just got to make sure that you put either faux leather or leather in your title, depending on what it is. Always put faux leather if your leather is not real. And then you want to get your good keywords in there. You see how I have cropped. This is a motorcycle jacket. It's like a bomber jacket. With good keywords and cute photos, these things like fly off the shelves. And it doesn't matter the brand, especially when they're super cute like this one. And then I usually cross post them over to Poshmark as well. Anyway, this one sold for $28.03, and it went into a padded flat to ship, which was awesome, and it did cost 99 cents. This evening bag was part of the inventory my friend gave me when she gave me all of her inventory when she quit selling on eBay. And a couple weeks ago, I went through the inventory she gave me and pulled out all the handbags and wallets and stuff and got those photographed and listed. This one didn't even have a brand on it. It was just genuine leather. So I just made sure I had cute photos here. And then I put, because there was no brand, I just put women's genuine leather clutch. And then I put all the good keywords here, burgundy zip. And I set it up for $21. I set it up. I started it at $21 because it was genuine leather, but I didn't have a brand. So, you know, with a brand name on this, maybe it could have gone for a lot more. But I know in the back of my mind, I get $20, $25 all day for like bad brands of leather bags and leather coats. So I started at 21 and it went within a couple of weeks. So that was pretty exciting. And it was, you know, no cost of goods. That's always way more exciting. And it got wrapped in bubble wrap and then some tissue paper and sent in a poly. This is one of the Vera Bradleys that I've been selling. We had like 2 or 3 wallets sell. A couple things went on Poshmark. This sold on eBay. There was a bunch of Vera Bradley in the inventory that my friend gave me. The same one that I was just talking about that gave me that. And then when I was going through our I don't wannas and our old yard sale stuff, I found a couple more wallets and purses. This one in particular was one she gave me, so there was no cost of goods on it. It did sell for the $21, and it went in a poly bag. Yes, I love Vera Bradley. I've been putting up a lot of Vera Bradley lately. This is another purse that came out of my friend's loot that she gave me for free. I did let this one go for $14. It just barely made it first class, and it went in bubble wrap, but with no cost of goods on it. I was okay with taking the $14. And then these shoes, you guys, guess where they're from? They're from my friend. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4 items that sold this week, or just over this weekend. 4 items that sold over the weekend that we had no cost of goods in. Just our cost of time getting it from our friend and photographing it and listing it. These were like 6 ounces, y'all. These were very, very lightweight. And they didn't have a brand on them. So much like the purse, I just kind of put women's leopard print slip-on flats. And then the size. And then I threw in some really good keywords here. And I started them at, I want to say 13 or 14. They were on our weekend sale when they sold for $12.19. I just kind of made the price up, to be honest with you, in my head. I'm like, you know, they don't have a brand, but they're cute. They're an okay size. We didn't have a cost of goods. And just kind of went from there. I did put one tiny wrap, a bubble wrap around each shoe individually. And then I put them in tissue paper and pack them into a poly bag to ship. And finally, I'll show you these shoes. I did purchase these. These were actually in a haul video a little while ago. These I actually found at the Goodwill in their boutique area, locked away in the cabinet. I thought they were brand new. They were 99 cents, right? So, you know, when I took them out and looked at them, when I had her take them out, you can see on the bottom they've been worn a little bit. They've got a little bit of black on here from pavement or whatever, and the box was pretty torn up. See this? Yeah, I just saw it in there on the shelf with the sticker on it. That was that week's color, and I was like, oh, that's 99 cents, and it's shoes in the box. They're new. They had been worn a little bit. The box was beat up. Look at that. But that's okay, because look how cute the shoes are themselves. Look at these. They're so cute. So I listed them for, I started them at 21, but they were on our 25% off sale over the weekend. So they actually ended up going for $19.69. And they also paid shipping on them. So what I did with these was I wrapped each shoe individually in its own little piece of bubble wrap, just to protect it. You can see all these little rhinestones and beads and sparkles and just all these cute things. There's a bow. I didn't want the shoes to get hurt in shipping or have any kind of damage. So I wrapped each shoe in its own little piece of bubble wrap, and then I put the shoes back inside the original box they came in. And then I put one piece on the top of the shoes inside this box, and then one wrap around the box, taped it shut, and threw it in the priority shoe box that you can order off of their website. And it was 1 to 2 pounds, but they paid for the shipping. So the $19.69 was what we got for the shoes, and we paid 99 cents. So there you go, guys. That is the highlights of our weekend sales. A lot of stuff that I was super hyped about selling. Some of the plush I thought was really cool. And I wanted to show you more of our bread and butter. If you are in a position where you're in a place where you can get inventory as cheap as we do, or you do want to build a volume-based business, those are some really good bolos for those bread and butters. And then I also kind of wanted to show you guys something different. We did sell a lot of handbags and shoes in the last week. A lot of stuff went on Posh, but some of it went on eBay, just to show you guys something a little different. How was your weekend sales? How was your weekend? Is anyone else noticing an uptick in sales from the other resellers I've been talking to? It looks like everyone's sales are up. Everyone's doing great. But let me know in the comments how y'all are doing. Did you have any super awesome flips this week or anything you're real excited about? And do me a favor before you leave, smash that like button if you would. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We are at Flippin' Hippos. Until next time, you guys have a good night.